Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
Today we will talk about the incidents plan. To compensation, sorry healthcare plans. There's no big difference. You remember we created a flat rate. We created different types of rates based on the age, based on the years of service, and also what is scenario. 3 scenarios we have worked. Similar to that, we will also configure for insurance. Here also in incidents, we will create incidence rate. Like in healthcare plan, we get healthcare rate. Correct. Here also, we'll create insurance rate, one flat one, and then we'll create insurance coverage, and then we'll create insurance benefit plan, and we'll test it. And there are multiple scenarios we can work. All scenarios will work on this part. Same concept. Here also you need benefit event enrollment, event rules, plan year definition, benefit plan. But first thing we need to get healthcare rate. First we'll configure flat one. First we'll create an incident rate as flat. Incidence rate is nothing but how much the employee needs to be contribute. In healthcare rate, you remember we gave the amount. If it is employee, this is the amount. If this is the spouse plus child, this is the amount, 8%. Very similar to that, but flat amount. First, let's start from that. Access the task, create incidence rate. Enter the effective date. Enter the rate name. Method of rate. We will explore all. First, let me create a simple one. I will select flat amount. But covered dependent. Demographic factors, I'm selecting no similar to the healthcare plans. And select. Gender identity means that if you search the checkbox male, there is a different rate. Female, there is a different rate. We will discuss that also. First, we'll go with basic one. Enter the date. Incense rate manually, I have entered. Method of rate. I selected flat amount per covered rate. Then none of the above. No gender. Since we selected flat rate, here you can see you can do minimum and maximum rate. That given that we give employee rate as 5.38 US dollars, frequency will differ at plan level. Since the insurance coverage only assume employee, only contributing, not the employer. Let's try it forward. Any questions around this one we created? Say that again, on the rates. Rates, we have multiple types of rates. We can configure based on the dependence rates. We can configure based on the age rates. We can configure based on the salary percentage in healthcare plans. We created right similar to that. And here we are creating a very basic plan Just for an overview, in this one, I'm not creating any kind of multiple percentages. I'm just selecting the flat rate. That is employee. Just select. Select this one. We get a benefit plan with basic one. Create benefit plan. And the provide. It is insurance. I should create coverage type right first. First is flat rate. Another one will get based on employee salary multiplier. Another one we create insurance rate based on the percentage. We first will create this one. 2 times, 3 times. We're going to cover here. For first one we'll get a basic plan and then we'll pick up this one. Blended benefit. This guy. Improved. Basic plan marketing. Later we get money. Benefit plans. And the effective date. Provider. We'll set up. Insure. Cover step just now we created. Or employee. You are our right side from where it is coming in. From coverage type. Incidence coverage. We created one, right? We have not created insurance coverage. We're not switching between this healthcare plan and this plan is slight confusing. We get my most. I'm on the score as level. Coverage starts any amount you would like to propose here. We'll do 10,000 first. Increment up to 1,100,000. Now increment by 10,000. You got the point here, sir. What happened here is coverage levels means I'm giving coverage started. Start is this one. End is this one. Increment 10,000. Between start and end day, Workday automatically increment 10, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 up to $100,000 up to 12 generates automatically. Let's see that. This is the mean from the 30, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000 up to coverage, up to 1. Then let's create insurance coverage as well. But then we'll do first of all, increment by currency, currency coverage. I'm one base cover levels we've created. We can bring it here. Coverage amounts, whatever we have created. Which one you want all of the employee to choose. If you select 20, 40 or 50, only coverage is applicable up to this one. Or select command here. Employee can choose any coverage types. For that, we have a shortcut in Workday. If, for example, I already highlighted command here, enter which means unselected. If you want to select all value shortcut, command here. If you are using Mac, control. If you are using Microsoft OS, all will be selected. And this rest of the things are your members, sir. In healthcare also we have the same commerce. Whether the employee working in more than one job. Do you want to include the salary source of both the jobs? Or what is the salary source? This amount is competent base pay or elements. Same thing like yesterday. We configured right. Healthcare. Similar one. I'm sorry, this is just a word. I will explain in detail. Sorry for the confusions. Now we get the coverage level up. Let's proceed to the benefit group and rate the one we created. We created flat amount. Similarly, you can also reduce or increase the contributions based on employee age. We will cover this also. As I said, interest is a little advanced. A very basic plan we created. Any questions on this page, sir? Well, not fun. Straightforward and simple. No worry. We will quickly do one round of testing and then we'll start based on the age factor. 3 times of salary. The rest of the concept remains same. According to that, we'll create and assign the plans. This is just for a session. In detail about what is coverage, what are the different types of targets we have, what are the different rates we have, how to configure age dependent based on the age, based on the years of service, and how to do that. How to configure based on the compensation, and our percentage will cover all. I will also go through that first. No, that's not. I know. Dependent life cycle. Dependent life. Better to give AMDs are easy to identify. Select any plan. No dependents were allowing for this. Just a second. Looks like no, I will do one mistake. Let me see whether you will able to catch. I'm going to the employee. Benefits change benefits. You've been life insurance coverage. Why cell is empty? We didn't do the. What the year? Good catch. Plan your definition. Very good. Let's do that. And the different leaves. coverage. You see, there was this app that popped up here that showed where you wanted to select. Onto on the screen. That showed up. Is that what they delivered automatically? Or we have to configure that to be able to pop up, to have that help and having those instructions by the side here. The talking about these instructions. Not this very one. There's another one that came up that. Let me go back. Let's go back. This one. This one. This. Not. Oh, you have minimized it again. Is it cancel it? Cancel this. You see, need app would benefit this. What they delivered or something that you have to configure. They want the auto pop up, right? I'm asking, is this what they deliver? The features of the deliver, sir, but configure it. Where it will fall is, I think, long back I worked, but let me show you that. Will embedded a report, sir. Let me try to bring it up. I still able to remember. Does it? This one. You'll get a report here. We'll attach the report here. And you'll give the default to expand, default to collapse options. Hide when it is empty. Clear on this. Need app with benefits. You want to further still, would like to see. You can select and expand. That is configured under the BP. It is configured. This is a report. In the report, they brought these links and all. And they gave the column overheadings. And they brought this report into the business process on the initiation step. You can configure. Right. Should I proceed? This one. Need help with benefits. After a long time, you reminded. Thank you much. Power is 1000. We didn't proceed to. Is the person approval? This is really killing us. That's blocking it again. One moment. We'll come back. The stop of the application. And thingy was, if you have any questions, you can skip this or not get started in the sandbox. We will just skip the demo because everything is phenomena. First of all, I think we need to pick up this BP class and fix this issue. You see there is no review, step Cobra. Is complete and why it is still showing in progress. Now we'll go and see this one. The basic class. No flag. I get it. Now the next one. I would like to pick up slight, moderate, complex. Let's do one thing. Now what we will do is we'll create insurance coverage and insurance rate based on the salary multiplier. X to 5. Let's see. Now what happened is you are going to create a plan based on the coverage and salary. We will include rate as well. You need to stop processing. I think she also has access, but before I should have reviewed the requirements. I'm sorry for the conclusions. I wouldn't show you the life insurance coverage. We will select multiplies of salary coverage. The employee has 10,000 multiplied by 5 times, multiplied by 3 times like that. Maximum amount we will give up to 75,000. What exactly we're doing here is we are creating multiply by salary. For example, we have an employee called Mr. His life insurance coverage. Coverage equal to, for example, he opted in one time of salary, or we selected 5 times, which means let's say salary is 10,000 multiplied by 5 up to 50,000. The employee eligible for the coverage, but the coverage should not be greater than equal to. The coverage should not be greater than equal to sensitive 1000. Though, if any employee going beyond this amount, the maximum company is going to give this only kind of an upper limit. Allow coverage up to maximum. Up to this amount. Only employee can choose whatever they're willing for all this job sales everything. Now round amount up to near 2000. The coverage. Here you have multiple based coverage level names. Here you have selector. Enter the name. MD, multiply based on whatever you want. This one salary. Multiply starts from, we'll select 1 up to ND's file. Increment by 1. What happened is between 1 to numeric file, you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5 coverage. C1, 3, 4, 5. 1 time of the salary, 2 time of the salary, 3 time of the salary, 4 time of the salary, 5 time of the salary. Select this. Now here, whatever the multipliers you have generated will be available. Select all according to your requirement, or you can select only one value also. For example, companies strictly say 3 types of salary. Most times 3. Or if companies give the flexibility to an employee to choose, you can select all. Any covers. Additional coverage amount means by any exceptional cases. If you want to give any additional coverage other than this, you can enter the value, but I have not seen anyone used. Any questions are here. Can I save this one? Or you want to select one? No. Is the required field. After the rounding amount, round up to. Round up to round down, round up to 1,000. Good one. I forgot completely. Our life insurance coverage is ready. Now rate we will create, sir. Create insurance rate. Amount of coverage. I am going to select this one. Let's take age also. This time we'll go with age. Tobacco also, we will select that you populate. Sir, when you said gender, right? Whenever planning to the plan based on the rates will come gender. If it is a male, there's a different rate. Female, there's a different rate. If you have, you can select this option. This is slightly confusing. First task, what we did is we created coverage, sir. Coverage is, we set a formula, kind of thing, 3 times of salary. Here we are creating rate based on what it has to be calculated. And it will be differentiated based on the employee age. Any questions for here? Let's go home. Let's say frequency is monthly. Then apply rate per $1,000. Rate per $1,000. The more coverage they are taking, the more coverage they're taking. Oh, how to put this word? The rate whatever. Here we are going to given the rate band, sir. The rate whatever here we are going to give. First it will multiply with this value and then it will applicable to the coverage. Let me do one thing. I will configure it first and then I'll express. Go to rate and band. We selected age factor here. First band 0 to 18 we will select. Last. Up to 79 years of the employee age. 18 years is the age starting up to maximum 79 years we are giving here. And then bands increment by age and giving 20. 18 to 79 Worked automatically generates the age band now. Aging years. I gave 18 years up to 79 years. Increment by 2. If I select, what they generate a table, something like 0 to 18. To 9 to 9 plus 20. Like that. Now let's see. Scroll to the right side the red bands. If any employee age is 0 to 18. Z. What is the cost? Let's say I have some notes. According to that, I'm giving. However, if you want to do whatever the rate, let me answer. The employee is 19 to age between 19 to 38. Then the employee is age between 39 to 58. The employee's age is 59 to 78. $9. Then 79 up to this age. How much will be? 10.5 million. Same value 50. Actually, I'm a bit surprised. What is this uses? Does not use this. I'm a bit surprised. Then until you say, we selected tobacco. The red tobacco uses this red. I created the health insurance, healthcare, that created plan and I was post tobacco use. It gave me populated the table like this. I was confused when I saw do not use a thinking maybe. Oh, I should not use the field. I delete it. But later I not. Oh, I saw uses and I related it to the. I am learning something new. Somebody that uses tobacco and somebody that does not use tobacco. The rate we change. Oh, great. Now let me explain here. For example, let's say an employee not taking will take. This one will take $5. We are saying like how system works it. Here I give it 1,000. Somewhere. Apply rate per $1,000, which means how much our employee coverage covers the $1,000. We calculate from here. For example, an employee taking down 100,000 as the coverage. This rate multiplied by 1,000. And that is going to be employee coverage. Any questions on this page? No, I understand the page. But $1,000 done 1,000. 5 is the contribution. 5 is the contribution. That's how it calculates. Now let's test. I'm also excited to see the result because it has to check the age factor also. Oh, it's not saying now. Listen. Oh, red bands, we can't configure again and again. What would you say? Shall we refresh and do again? No option. Let me try to refresh here itself. We will see. Where is us? I have this deleted. It's there. We are safe. Let's clear this. Oh, we are not completed. We are not completed. It's not completed. The rates for the rates back. You see it on the employee. It's not saved. Good cat. Again, we have to give the rates. 1.50, 1.50, 10.50, 5.50. I'll give some random number 7, 8. Basically, this should be more than that, right? The upper one should be 8. You put 9. That's clear the plan. I will get a new car. Life insurance game the life insurance. Im- Let it be the same. Or as employee incidents coverage. Most we the basic setup we will do. You have the life insurance. I wrote that rule. I sh- my definition. I use Jackie, a friend. I used to forget her name always. Jacqueline. Jacqueline. You want to test Jacqueline? I thought Jake, the other guy Jackie. Oh, let's go with that guy. But this now, it means that what we're doing is that the HRBP is the one that is initiating. Normally, benefit partner will initiate the plan, sir. And of course, sometimes we'll do HR partner also if they want that access. We can grant anyone. Normally, benefit partner is responsible. Once they initiate, then they. Oh, Caesar, not based on the rate will be default, right? Let's go. I gave only 3 times correct. The 3 times has been just as defaulted and I gave beneficial option. Of course, you can add or you cannot. I will go on with this now because we logged in as a Logan. Logan is the one that is initiating the plan initiating and also. Selecting was the one that a room for the colleague. I thought that you were supposed to. Logan was supposed to just initiate. The first to the colleague to be able to select and completely. But the BP configured in such a way, initiator only should receive the step. That's why Logan is getting now. Logan will get approval also for this. We'll pick up the tweaking of the business process. We'll pick up approving, sir. I would like to review Then you have a market completion. No worries. Go and see Miss. Oh, sorry, I'm going mad. Melfat? 3 times of the salary. Cover it. Let's see. Any questions are here. Your requirement is like one plan. Up to phase and the flat 5,000 sir. 5,000. Perfect. Other one additional benefit plan you want to allow from 6,000 to 2,000 or has it? I think the first plan which we created will be suitable for this. Let's work. For this I will go with the one coverage type. Before that, let me create the plan. That coverage. The new employer. Pick. Increment by currency coverage. But this option. Is there any maximum fears on the right? 1,000. For a number of months, all the frequency. Switch to monthly. Flat rate will go up. Why do you change it to monthly? I think that should be. It's fine. Name it as Deepler. If you get, I'll give 1 to 1. I'll remove this one. I'll write this value to 50,000. I'll take the selector. This doesn't fit. Sorry. That's why flat we're supposed to select flat. Flat, not multiply. I'm sorry, my bad. Since there are multiple options, we'll go with this. I'm hearing how the data among the scholars levels. I'm the employer. And 50 Zenusity. Caller starts. Oh, power starts 1. We need to tweak the requirement. Now this works. Face right? This works. Now we'll go and create incidence rate. Impler. Incidence rate. None of the above. Irrespective of the age, it's a flat amount. It's an employer cost rate. You want to charge for the 50,000. Maybe you're just charging them the .10 or less. Can I get 50? Month fee. With more than that, I will reduce to 25. Next, how do you want? I mean additional benefit plan. Additional benefit plan. Can you explain the requirement again on that, please? Well, the additional benefit plan. Now the employer is providing up to 50,000. If you now want additional one, I want my life insurance to be like 100,000. It needs to be a cost on me, not on the employer. I have 60, 160 by inseminate if I want up to 100. That's again salary coverage. Which means 60k, 70k, 80k, something like that you want. The same one we need to create. That's in terms of the insurance, the coverage level. I want it to be like to graduate up. Got the employee. What we call this life coverage. I think it's supposed to be incremental currency. Amount-based coverage levels. We need to create this also for this, right? Amount-based coverage levels. Forgetting the sequence here, sorry. Employers P. 60,000 to 1.5 lakhs. 60,000 to $1,50,000. Increment by 10,000. Should I get? You got that, sir. 60, 70, 80, 90, blah, blah, blah. And this is employee correct. Why is it freezing? Right, sir. I will first check whether it is there or not. Not there, right? Instead, we need to create again. Thank you. Thank you. How much amount you want to charge for this for employee? For the rates, right? Would like to go with flat. What is that amount of coverage? What does it? What amount of coverage is it going to graduate? The amount's going to change it. Yes. The rate is completely applicable based on the coverage. If it's a 10,000, this is the coverage. This is the rate. That is in dollars. This is the rate. We have 60 to 1.5, right? The rate is applicable for each coverage. And which is because I'm trying to do it in practical terms, right? Let's you can use the flat amount when I'm creating my own. I can use the amount of coverage in. Sure. At high level, I explain. 50,000 and some different amount, 60,000, some different amount, then you can go with this. The employee salary you want to charge. If your employee salary is $10,000, you want to charge some amount. $20,000, you want to charge some amount. Then you can go flat rate. Flat rate, I would say. This is employee cost. How much you would like to charge? Another $25. Since it's additional, I'll give $35. Is that right, sir? Now the basic we created. Let's quickly create the rest of the things. What I'm going to do? Maintain benefit coverage. There's one coverage type I will create. What name we'll call it, sir? There's an do for the one for the employer, right, or the employee. Another one that was going to be additional life insurance coverage. Let me put now the M&D life insurance coverage. I will pick up employee, employer, and how we are getting two different plans right there. I will give. First, we'll create employer. Here, I will give your son, or let me get employer. You can see how the output or name of that one. Oh, there's employee coverage. What I would be created covers for employees, also flat out. How come that is not coming in? Say it seems. No, it's not needed. Did I get something different? No, it's just a. I always say that's all. We created the 50K employee. 50K. We created that. The internet. Among the amount base to create it. Among the best we already created. Did you say? Just a second. The employer right. I think we created a flat one, the first one that we use as sample. We didn't come back to insurance coverage. No, 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 no. What I'm doing here is by mistake. I'm creating a new value. Actually, what we did is, we created this separately and we are plugging it here. There are those who bring it another one. That's where it's got an issue. We'll get for employee. You have employee. That is the issue. It's coming from a car. Some point that makes. Now you got it, sir. I will be my employer. Or employee. And the plan for this time employee right. We want Ost. And the you Now we change the benefits name to this up there to additional that. Additional. I forgot to mention that. It's employee. I will give employee additional benefit. Now you can see that is something like this, and we like to call our employee additional plan. You didn't process Jekyll. You didn't process Jekyll. What Jekyll was able to see does. No, this person Jekyll has access to they can. Down, down, does it? Coverage is coming. Let's see. That's what I thought. Only one is coming. I'll be my employee, first employer we are selecting. You can see here. This is coming from instruction. We also need to update instruction. Something like this. What shall I proceed? Or you want to select this as a together. I know this employer I'm selecting. 50 flat. How come it is waving off? I created one event. Might did a mistake here. Two different plans. I think the coverage should be. Is this supposed to be the same coverage and the life insurance coverage? Because that's what it was for the two. Because it is supposed to be like for the group life, which is right about the companies and the 5,000. Right for us, it's just $50 in addition. In addition, you can enroll in voluntary supplemental life to increase your coverage. That's what we are trying to achieve, which the employee is. We do want to be at a cost for the additional cost if you are doing that right. I'm thinking to go to this. Could we create two different events? Two different coverage types. And gotcha. Understood. I understood. Should have been created two different events. Two different coverage types. And then group them under one benefit event. Yes. Correct. What I did here is same event I use for two plans. That's why it's bouncing back. Maybe you can give it right in the same part, but create two different events. Don't go with one event. You got to a point what I'm saying here, sir. Don't go with one event. Give two different events. And then it definitely should work. Amy, are you clear, sir, what I'm saying, or any conclusions? I will try it. I'm just trying to process it. No, it's clear for me. We must select. Everything remains in. Go with the same configuration. Create two coverage types. What I'm saying here is, don't go with one coverage type. Please create two coverage types here. And then one is created with the employer and the other one is created with the employee. Employer and employee coverage types. First, I thought to do that. Then I had chosen two plans and then assign each event to each benefit plan and then create one benefit event type and include both the events. That will work. Similarly, an enrollment event. One experiment we will do. I know it shouldn't work, but I just would like to give it a try. In that case, what you have to do is, here are two rows, that you will get two different plans. While I assign, one is employee coverage, one of them under the employer coverage. Let me do it. Employee-employer coverage and do the same here. Do the same. Employee and employer. Employee and employer, then it will work. It allows you to select both the plans. And the mistake is one coverage type should have been not selected. Sorry for the confusion. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.